You're listening to the Fooled by the Root podcast.
Hello, everyone. This is Heidi Marble. Well, I don't know what to call these, so I think I'm going to go with Solo-Sode, where I just talk to myself or maybe a few imaginary friends. So if it's not your thing, you can just skip this episode. But I've been really thinking a lot about my adopted mom, Joy. And I just wanted to hop on and speak about what she meant to me. Oh, my adopted mom, she was my person. We talked every day. I was so incredibly close to her. I felt unconditional love for her my whole entire life. And it all changed when I had my son and I wanted to find my birth family. And I went ahead and found my birth family without any preparation, without any counseling, without any concern for what it would do to all parties involved, including myself. And I think what motivates me in part to do the book and the podcast is to say, go this way, not that. And it's not to say don't find your answers. I 100% think that every adoptee deserves to find their answers. But I think that it has to be carefully considered so that you don't end up in even more pain. And I've had to deal with having my relationship with my mom, my adopted mom, die while we were both still alive. And we were all of my adopted family had died, so it was just the two of us. And for 20 years after I found my birth family, we just could not heal. And it just became a war. And even on her deathbed, I think there was some healing, but there was never really confirmation of it. So I'm still working on that. And I just wanted to share a scene with you that I write about in my book that I think is really important and powerful. And it's what came to mind to share with you today. Because I was the only one left in the family, it was up to me to memorialize her. And it was difficult because our relationship was so painful. So we took half of her cremated remains and left them here in Washington State. And then the other half went to Tucson, Arizona to be buried next to my adopted brother. And that's a whole nother Solo-Sode. It was a spring day in March. The desert was just on fire with blooms. It was close to sunset, and the sky in the desert was just purple, and there were clouds rolling everywhere, and wind. And the wind, I just remember the wind just like, it was everything I could do to grip my eulogy that was in my hands. The wind was just flapping it and flapping my coat and my hair, and it was like, something was there that was just making me know that this was a moment. And I read this to her. You mattered. Your life mattered. Your touch, your voice, your words mattered. Your hopes and dreams mattered. Your pain and suffering mattered. Your talent, beauty, and grace mattered. Everything about you mattered to me, your daughter. Along with other things and a few songs, I crumbled at her grave. And it's been 2 years since her passing. And about 6 months afterward, I received an email where they had engraved what I said onto her headstone. And I think the part that's so excruciating to me is that I fully 100% believed that the love and the bond we had would survive anything. And I was so utterly shocked that it did not. And I think as I'm figuring this out, it has a lot to do with fear and insecurity maybe. I really don't know. I don't have all the answers. And maybe as I go through more writing and podcasts and listening to others, there'll be deeper understanding. So what is the point of telling you this? The point is just sharing a piece of my heart and my pain with you, in hopes that if you're in reunion, that you're surrounding yourself with the proper support. because it's going to have all of its ups and downs, and you don't know what you're going to find, and it's going to probably be entirely different than what you thought it would be. It's just something that has to really be prepared. You need to prepare. Please, people, prepare. Okay. Well, I think that's enough for my first Solo-Sode. Thank you, guys.